Okay, lastly, we'll take a look at the front side. And again, after the back leg presses against the front side, we really want to see that that front side is still square. The only difference that we tend to like to see is a little bit of tilting at that front hip. That's going to create, a position where the shoulders are tilted behind the front side. Okay, the torso and the shoulder segment tilted behind. Okay, um, as we look here at Steven, you can see one major change. As you look at our hitters, the front knee lands bent, but it's very firm. It doesn't, it starts basically slightly bent, and then it's going to land slightly bent but firm, but it's not going to continue to bend. As you look at Steven, again, he doesn't stride, but as he does weight the front side. It's kind of a spinny kind of move, but he does get weight there. The reason he's extending, or I'm sorry, bending the knee so much is because he's trying to get in a position to work, and so he's over flexing that knee to get it to begin to work to push against the ground, which it does. If you look here, that front leg is working against the ground, and he's opening the hips there, but there's definitely excessive open. You can see the knee flaring there. You don't see that in our professionals there, the knee flaring that much. That comes from all this intent to spin. So, that leg is going to begin to open up and spin, in concert with the back leg trying to spin open. Um, so we certainly see too much bending there on the front side. We want to see, again, this nice tilted position when we land. Okay. If we take a look at Steven, we get more of a position, where the knee creates a funny angle with it, but then, we're kind of stacked here when we land too. We don't have this nice clean line that we're getting with our professionals here as we land. This nice tilted position. Okay, anytime we get a guy trying to spin, we're going to wind up, with a torso like this, straight up and down, and then an angle more like that. We never get that tilted torso position. So essentially, with regard to the front side, we're going to just ask that Steven create a little more tilt here at the front hip, and try to create a little less turn with the shoulders and flying open on that front side. So really, it's a case of more tilt and less turn through the ball. Now, even though on this swing on the upper right, even though there's still a lot of spinning going through, I do like his action of his hands. You can see his hands contact and then snapping over right there. If you look at Steven's hands, you can see why he's probably a pretty successful hitter right now. He's got good hands. He's aggressive through the ball, and his hands really work well. So there's good whip effect, kind of late in the sequence, because the hands are really firing there. And you can see some similarities in what Steven's doing with what our professionals are doing, especially in the swing in the upper right. Okay, so we're gonna work for a little more rhythm, getting loaded before release. Focus on the back leg pressing sideways and not spinning so much. Back arm, a little bit more lifting of the elbow as he loads. As the elbow slots, we want that palm still facing the pitcher. And then on the front side, we don't want to allow that front knee to collapse quite so much. As we get weight on it, we don't want it to go into that much flexion. And we want to tilt the torso more than turn it.